You're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers Podcast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Evil Metal Gamers Podcast.
Hello.
Today is June 29th, 2018. This is episode number 38 because Frank is back, and now I know exactly what the episode number is.
You screwed up.
Yeah, man. My name is Jose Roldan.
And I'm Frank Berna, back from the dead.
Yep, and you're listening to another episode of Evil Metal Gamers Podcast, where you hear all your daily geek news.
All week. Every week.
All week, every week.
Yeah.
Glad to have you back, bro.
Yeah, and it's glad.
So I was trying to get Dylan to come in today, but I mean, I don't know what time is it over there. I think it's like 6 a.m.
Something like that.
I'm sure he went to sleep like at 3. So, but no, I mean, it wasn't the same. But you know, he did pretty good. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it. I heard all the computer specs podcast that you guys released.
Well, he knows the stuff, so might as well talk about it.
Jesus.
I don't think we'd said that much.
Oh my God, it went on and on.
No, I don't think so.
I'm sitting there, I'm listening to computer specs. I'm like, Jesus, this is why I'm not PC.
Listen, sister, most of the people are right now on PC.
No, you're
every
so
day
wrong.
people leave. Every day people leave console. The only thing, they have both systems. Every household now has both systems, a PC and a games console. And they only use the game console to play exclusives. That's it. That's my opinion. And I think it's valid because you can see the amount of people. Just look at the amount of people on Twitch. If you look at every game that people play on Twitch, it's on PC. And that's a huge chunk of the gamers market. The only games they play on console are the exclusives. That's it.
Uh-huh.
It's the truth.
Okay.
And I think that Rockstar makes an incredibly big mistake by choosing to just release it on console first for Red Dead Redemption 2. Sorry, I always say part 1.
They did the same thing with
I think it's a mistake.
It's not a mistake because
They're what?
they're doing something that probably is going to happen with Cyberpunk 2077. I read an interview with the creator, and they're asking the creator on what system 2077 is going to come out on. And he kind of gave an ambiguous answer. First and foremost, he said that the demo that all of the media got to see, that was running on PC. That was strictly PC. That was a very, very beta layout that they created. He said what they're probably going to do is this. They're probably going to release a very limited version for current consoles because he wants to release it for the current console. And then, much like Grand Theft Auto did, do a really upscaled version for next generation when the next generation cycle happens. That's his hope that he wants to do. That's the reason why Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto come out later, is because they release a lower scale and then they bump it up to get that higher res.
But they already have that version.
What do you mean?
They have the higher version, and then they lower it down and put it on console. That's how everyone does it. To do it the other way around is stupid. To do a lower setting and then bump it up doesn't make sense. Most game companies do a higher setting and then lower it down for console.
Right.
It's easier to lower it down than to bump it up.
Right.
You bump it up, you have to go and redo the game again. You understand?
Well, I mean, apparently not so, because a lot of the programming has changed a lot.
It doesn't matter if the program. It is easier to lower it than to make it higher. It takes more work to bring back something that used to be old to make it look newer. as opposed to doing something higher and then you can just always lower the settings.
I personally don't know. I don't know programming at all. But that's what the guy said, that one of the developers, he gave an interview on it, and that's what he was talking about, is how Grand Theft Auto 5 had inspired him through the ability to release on towards the end of the cycle on one console and then the beginning of a new console.
I mean,
that's what he said, and he said,
if you think so, it's still, I think it's a bad move when you can just. I mean, I guess you're just forcing people to buy it twice. Like if he does Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC, I'm gonna end up buying it for PC again. But I think it's dumb to do it like that. I think just take it out for all three systems. I mean, that's my opinion. Just take it out for all three systems. You're still going to make the same amount, even more money, because there's some people that are just exclusively PC and they refuse to go to console. That's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So you're putting them to the side. I mean, you're not going to tell me that it wasn't stupid when they released Tomb Raider just on Xbox, and then you have to wait a whole year for it to come out for PS4. Why not just release it for both days?
Well, that was
for both systems. I mean,
they got paid by Microsoft to do that. That was a Microsoft exclusive transaction. That was them trying to throw around their money. That's all that was.
But I still think that if I'm not mistaken, I think it sold more copies on the PS4.
Yeah, probably.
Even a year later.
Yeah, probably.
So I mean, it's just, if you have it available, just take it out. And that's my opinion. I mean, you don't see Division doing that.
It's a lot of games are like that, though. A lot of games are released on everything all at once. But I mean, we came across, I think one of the biggest problem is the bugs. They're different layouts or different formats. I go look at Batman. Remember Arkham Knight?
Yeah.
You remember how bad that was for you guys? I don't think Rock.
But it was bad because it was what's the word? It was what's the word when you pass it to somebody on outside source?
Outsourcing.
I guess that's the word. Outsourced it to a different company. That was Rocksteady's stupid mistake. Instead, taking responsibility for their own game.
All right. Well, but they weren't. It wasn't it wasn't PC ready, and they had a release date. That's the reason.
Yeah, but it wasn't PC ready because they gave it to a company that was not Rocksteady.
Well, it's because they didn't have the time. That's why you would do something like that. You do something like that because you don't have the time to do it.
I understand, but
that's all that comes down to. It's three.
But there are games that have come out for PS4 that are buggy. Oh, they're good for Xbox.
Right. No, it happens with all the systems. And I think that's why Rockstar doesn't do it with the PC version of a game like Grand Theft Auto. Because, dude, if Grand Theft Auto 5 was buggy, holy hell, people would have rioted in the streets.
I don't think so. That name is so popular, they can do bad and still.
I don't think so, man. I'm trying to think of a game that was just. Look at, dude. You can't tell me Battlefront, the Star Wars Battlefront game. Those games were huge on PlayStation 2, and when they decided to bring them back on PlayStation 4 and PC and everything, everybody was going crazy. And then EA pooped the bed.
They poop. What is that new? What you read that on a fortune cookie? You pooped the bed?
Yeah, pooped the bed.
Oh my God. I guess, but I still feel that if you're gonna do a game, do it. I can give you a perfect example. There was a game that was made for PlayStation that was coming out for Xbox, and the director of that, it was a Final Fantasy game. I can't remember which Final Fantasy it was. Let's assume it was 13.
Okay.
And the director said, "No, we are going to make the game for PlayStation, and then we are going to, do it for," because if I'm not mistaken, the 360 could not handle it.
Well, yeah, the 360
It needed like 7 discs or something like that.
Yeah, well, the 360 was a substantially weaker system. Substantially weaker.
Exactly, but he did it for that, and then they figured out a way. Okay, then we can just transfer it over. If you're gonna do a game, do it for the most powerful system, and then work your way down. And that's the way it should be done.
Well,
all those presentations, don't be fooled. Every presentation of a game that's coming out for all 3 systems on E3 is on PC. Even if you see them playing it with a PlayStation controller or an Xbox 360 controller,
yeah, no,
they're playing it on a
stupid.
computer. The only time you're not playing on a computer, if it's an exclusive, obviously. I mean, God of War, there's no doubt in my mind, or Last of Us 2, is being played on the actual console system, the PS4 or Halo. Well, actually, you know what? I can't trust Xbox anymore. I can't. Anything I see on Microsoft, you have to assume they're playing on PC.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when MGS4 came out, and they asked Hideo if it was going to come out on Xbox, because remember Xbox was
he laughed or something.
Yeah, it was king at the time because the game would be like 6 discs. Because remember, each chapter was like a whole new city and everything. Each one of those chapters would have had to been a brand new disc.
Yeah, and I think Xbox 360 was the last system to ever do the 2 discs, because not even Nintendo did that anymore.
Well, that was because of Blu-ray, though. The Blu-ray was so powerful.
But Nintendo didn't do it though.
Well, Nintendo,
they just figured. I know, I understand, but they figured out a way not to be putting 2 or 3 discs.
Yeah. So there's that. So you 6 gamers out there, you get a new character today.
You mean 6 million?
6 people.
You know, I love how you say that, and they probably have like 10 times the amount of players than Division will ever have. So why are you criticizing?
Because it's a shitty game. But anyway,
it's not.
It is
to you, but it's an actual game that you can play over and over and still have fun. And let me tell you, I other than the what was that the Valve game where you played together? Oh my, it was a multiplayer game. God, I forgot it.
Team Fortress.
Other than Team Fortress, I don't think that any other game can do the type of teamwork like that other than Team Fortress, because when you play Call of Duty, it doesn't feel the same. It feels like you don't have to work together.
This goes back to why I don't like those style of games. Like I don't like playing with other people. I really don't.
Are you kidding me? That's the only reason Grand Theft Auto Online is big.
Oh, dude, I play.
And you're always raving about that.
I always play by myself, man. I don't play Grand Theft Auto Online with other people.
What's the point of playing online if you're going to play by yourself? That makes absolutely no sense at all.
What do you mean? You can do everything that's online. You can do by yourself, and that's why I play it.
So what do? You basically do heist by yourself?
No, you can't. That's the only thing I can't participate in. Heist is like a raid.
You don't do races.
No, I don't.
What
do
you
races.
do online? Walk me through your daily routine on an online Grand Theft Auto that you're playing by yourself.
It just depends on what it is. Like right now, they're giving double money for all of these all these exports. So what it is they give you all these little missions to go around. You steal a car, you steal jewelry, you steal car, jewelry, paintings, guns, all this random kind of stuff, and you have to go all over the map to get it.
So that's it.
And you drive it back to your base, you get money. They were smart in creating. So say you figured out a way to play by yourself, and you're in another lobby by yourself. They will create NPCs that will attack you, where normally players would attack you, but they're NPCs. They're extremely weak. Versus, a person online is level 600 and has a space station that can blow you up from outer space.
Okay, so what about Division? You can't play Division by yourself.
I play Division by myself all the time.
You can't finish some of the, and you didn't even download the DLCs.
No.
You just can't do it by yourself. You have to play with other people.
Yeah.
It forces you to play by yourself, with other people.
I don't, but like I said, no, I don't have to play with other people. I play by myself, man. We go back to why I like the Division so much. It goes back to that whole, I hate old shooters like World War II. That's the reason why I'll never play the new Battlefront games. They look gorgeous and I applaud them, but I won't play them because I don't like the World War II games. And I hate futuristic shooters that have laser guns and things like that. The reason why I like the Division is because the guns are real. Those are real guns that exist in the 21st century. That's why I like those style of games. Probably the one game when I saw the first trailer, I cringed when I saw a lot of the laser guns in Borderlands 2. I was like, fuck me, I'm going to have to play with laser guns. But what I like about Borderlands is there's so many different guns. You can play to your particular style, and you're not punished for it. So
Borderlands you can play by yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm just pointing out that there are a lot more games that you have to. Titanfall is online.
Well, Titanfall is a first-person shooter, and that's a PvP. That's a PvP game. They have a player versus enemy game, which is fun, but I find that the way I play that, I'm doing the most work because a lot of people who play, they don't know how to play that, and it angers me. Like I get.
But at the end of the day,
I hate playing with people. Honestly, though, I hate playing with people. I wish that the campaign of Titanfall was as large as the online. When I sit there and I say I hate multiplayer, I hate it. I play the multiplayer because I like the game and it gives me a new experience to continue playing the game. But I hate multiplayer because I hate playing with people because first and foremost, I don't like people. I don't like them at all. Hence the reason why I have like 6 friends, because a lot of people are disingenuous and suck.
So you can't play like MMOs.
No, I think MMOs are god awful. And I bought ESO. I own ESO because everybody was like, "We're gonna play ESO," and I was like, "All right, sweet." And I got it, and I just don't like it. Because when I play,
but you could play ESO by yourself. You could.
I did, but my style of playing Skyrim doesn't go well. I'm a thief assassin. I do all my stealth. I do everything in the shadows. I do stealth kills. I hardly ever get seen. It doesn't work for me. It's the reason why I'm not going to get Fallout 76. It just doesn't work for me. The fact that it's always online.
No, I don't like that either. But that's different. It's because Fallout is changing into that.
And it's just that, like, I personally don't think it works. I think Fallout 76, what that should have been a single player game with a drop in, drop out multiplayer facet. That would have been phenomenal, because then, you could have jumped in my game, or George could have jumped in my game, and we could have enjoyed it, and I still had my single player campaign. But now, didn't he say like there aren't even NPCs in the game?
In what?
Didn't Todd Howard say that? Like there's no NPCs? Like
no, don't tell me that. That's stupid. Nah.
I think so. I need to go back and watch that press conference, because I think that all of the potions and stuff are user generated. Like people have to make the potions and you have to find people to buy that stuff off of. Could be wrong, but I think that's the way this game's going to be.
Well, that's going to be terrible. Going back to player base, the 6 people who play with me, it's 40 million people. And this was updated in May of 2018. 40 million people. Now I understand that you don't like it, but the fact that it's different. Now, the only thing that I criticize is that it's the same thing over and over and over. But it's different every single time you play Overwatch.
Well, that's the appeal of multiplayer, is that every single time you play, it's going to be a different experience. You're not going to be like, oh, the enemy's over there. Oh,
which is what player versus player is like.
Right.
It's the same thing over and over and over.
I don't like
team-based. I understand, but Overwatch is a team-based goal type of thing that is. No, there's no other multiplayer game that can get my heart pumping, and the way that they make this game, where the music changes with the tension, has never been done in a game.
Oh yeah,
and I can't tell you.
I don't know how Blizzard does it, where the music starts getting more suspenseful as the tension gets. But it's based off of. I mean, it's from what I know of Overwatch. It's kills versus kills, right? There's a kill set, right?
Yeah.
Where first team to 500 kills wins, right?
No, what? Wait, 500 kills? What are you talking about?
They don't have a mode like that? Where
No.
It's player versus player?
No, there is no player versus player. They have...
It's like team deathmatch, PvP.
No. It's usually like you try to invade the other teams. You either are the invaders and the other team are the ones who protect the spots. That's one of the teams. Now, when you...
It's probably set on like how many. It's just motion censored. It's motion generated.
It's motion censored. But of course, when you're in that,
it's got to be an algorithm of like once there are 6 characters in an area, like how are you going to overcome all 6 of the enemies? I'm spitballing because I don't know how large teams are, but how are you? Because there's not supposed to be 6 enemies, and that's why it gets so tense.
Exactly. Well, they also have that where you have to protect a cargo and you have to lead it to spots.
Right, and then that's probably based off of how much health the cargo has. So once it starts to get down to a low percentage of health...
it's time-based. So you have to get that cargo on specific spots on, let's assume, 3 minutes, right?
Right.
If you manage to get it there in 2 minutes, now those 2 minutes are added to your next 3 minutes. So now you got 5 minutes. So that puts the tension on the team who is just trying to stop you from getting to the next one.
Right. So it's just flipping. I'm guessing that's an easy algorithm to figure out, because essentially you would set it to whoever has the lowest amount of time would have more tense music, and vice versa.
Yeah. But it's still...
No, that's cool. I've experienced that before in games. Hell, think about any horror game. You know something bad's going to happen because there is no music. When the music just stops and it's dead silence, you just know that rape is about to happen.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But
let me tell you. Are we finished? No,
let's talk about the character.
You get a hamster and a ball.
A hamster and a ball.
That's
pretty
it.
much. But I mean, his
a
name
ball
is
of death,
Wrecking
but
Ball.
It's a hamster and a ball.
And you said his name was what?
I could have sworn I saw online that his name's Hammond, and apparently,
I guess the superhero name is called Wrecking Ball.
Well, that would make sense. I mean,
they all have names for the teams they are.
So Blizzard did a lot in designing the characters and designing the levels. I'm guessing a lot of these characters have already been predetermined. They're just releasing them whenever they want to release them.
Yeah, I think so.
Because this character of Hammond, if memory serves me right, because I read a lot about the game, just to find out what the appeal is, because the story apparently is supposed to be really good.
What story? I still don't know what the story is about.
But the gorilla, whatever his dumbass name, I hate gorillas. Can I say that I hate gorillas in video games? Like, I hate Gorilla Grodd in Injustice 2. I hate this gorilla. Do you remember a video game, Primal Rage?
Primal Rage?
It was on Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. It was claymation dinosaurs.
It was an arcade game.
No, it was on PlayStation. It was on.
But it was an arcade first.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was a claymation dinosaur fighting game.
Yeah, with fatalities and everything. Yes.
But there were
what was
two
your hate?
gorillas.
Were you molested by a gorilla?
I just hate the gorilla. I just hate gorillas. I hate them so much. Jesus Christ, do I hate gorillas. And so that, I just hate him. But anyways, so him and the Grim Reaper dude with the two guns.
Reaper?
Yeah, whatever.
Reaper's like one of the most popular characters.
There was a video when the game first came, before the game first came out, they did little videos. You know, you had the sniper chick and the lesbian with the two guns. The
British lady, yes.
Yeah. You had a video with them. And then you had Reaper and the gorilla.
Okay.
And then you had the samurai versus
the ninja.
Raiden.
Well, actually, I don't think he was a samurai.
Something like that. Anyways, those were the three
Archer versus the ninja, yeah.
Those were the 3 startup videos, right?
Yeah.
Inside that video of the gorilla, like, because he was apparently a science experiment, there's a poster or something that's saying Hammond's still missing. And apparently they were both created of the same mold. But he's been technically announced.
So Winston,
since the inception of the game, he's essentially been announced.
I like that, but it's still, I mean, there's no point of putting a background story because nobody really knows what the hell is going on.
Well, they're waiting to get,
you know, like the lore. The lore is not there. I'm sorry. There's a lore, but I mean,
well, that's the other thing. The lore is thriving in more of a what the hell is it? Of a fan art. What is it? What is it called when people make their own comics of characters? You know what I'm talking about? Fan fiction. That's what I'm talking.
Yeah, like they do with Star Wars.
Dude, the fan fiction for that game is really alive and well amongst teenagers.
I'm assuming because, I mean, the only time that you hear a story is those little clips that Blizzard gives you, but that's about it.
And that's what it is. And
it's
I think
not as deep as
World of
Warcraft.
People are making that thing deep.
Or Diablo. You know, those are story-driven games that Blizzard's been doing for a long time. And then they did Overwatch, and it's like, well, how do you do a multiplayer game without actually having an actual campaign? Which there is no campaign. The last they put a little bit of a campaign, and it was like about 20 minutes long. It was a joke. Anywho, what else you got?
So you're excited to play with a hamster and a ball. Great.
Actually, I'm excited to always play a new character.
No,
because
I get
if it's coming out through Blizzard's always going to do something awesome.
No, I get you. I like I said, I give you shit, but I understand. I do.
It is, you know what? Yeah, if they're going to put something out, trust me, it's not going to be garbage. I can promise you that. And what I like about it, if the character's too overpowered, they'll lower the power. If it's too weak, then they'll make him stronger. Yeah. They listen to the public.
Yeah. No, they're good. So going from, 6 players to 90 million players, Grand Theft Auto is getting their next DLC. And
will you call that a DLC?
Oh, yeah.
Why? It's just an added version of...
Oh, no. Whatever they add...
The nightclub?
The nightclub, you have to understand, they're putting a lot into it. First and foremost, apparently they're paying for 4 different elite DJs that they have to pay for. Like, they have to pay music rights to these people.
All right.
They got 4 different DJs to create music specifically for the game.
I understand, Frank.
And then nobody knows what you're going to do in it.
So there's going to be a story in this? Because if it's part of the online, then it's not going to be a story. It's just another add-on to it.
No, they all have stories. Dude, every single online thing has a story. Every single one of it has a story. Like I said, you've never played the online. You played it for like 3 seconds, but you have no idea. The reason why Grand Theft Auto is so successful online is because there's something for everybody. For me, it's customization. That's the reason why I go back. I like to customize. I like to see what they have. And if I had a PC, I would never play online. If I had a PC powerful enough to run Grand Theft Auto 5. Because the modding community knows how to take whatever's online and put it in the single-player campaign. So that's all I would do. Literally, that's all I would do. I would just play the single-player campaign with all the online mods inside the single-player game.
And I just did not like the single-player campaign. The last game that I liked was San Andreas, because I didn't like Nico's story either. I don't know. I felt like it was a weak story. That's my opinion. I mean, they didn't keep me intrigued like Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Like, why don't you do a Vice City and do it as interesting as that? Grand Theft Auto's always been about one character, and putting 3 characters to me, I don't know. It just killed it for me.
No,
and I'm worried that Red Dead is going to do the same thing.
No, well, probably. They're probably going to have that aspect of having multiple characters. I loved it, though. I loved the being able to control multiple characters at one time. It was awesome. Especially, you never got there, so you never did the heist with all 3 characters of...
I did the heist. So the one where they got a truck and whatever. I mean, I got probably...
Did you get to the part where all 3 of you are pinned down in the alleyway and the cops are coming and you have to jump from character to character to back up different ones?
Yeah, one is a sniper, the other one was...
That was so awesome.
And I also did the one where they're wearing heavy suits.
Oh, that one was stupid because that was just, you're wearing heavy suits. There was no challenge there.
But, I mean, I don't know. I liked it better when I'm just solo. I like that from Rockstar Games, so I don't know. Like Mad Max. We'll see. I'm sure Red Dead will be good.
Red Dead's going to be Game of the Year. I don't care.
It won't be Game of the Year. God of War is going to be Game of the Year.
No.
There's no doubt in my mind.
But yes, so the July... What's that Tuesday? July, hold on, let me look at my calendar. July, it might be 6th, but I don't think so, because I don't think they release DLCs on Fridays. I always thought they released DLCs on Tuesdays. But July 6th might be the day that they're going to release this new DLC, and I'm excited for it. I always liked something new, and every time they've released something new, you get a bunch of new customizations.
This is all free?
It's all free. Everything about... That's the other reason why Grand Theft Auto has made so much money. Everything about it's free. You pay for shark cards online, and the shark cards go from real money to game money, and then you can use the game money to purchase whatever you want if you want to do it that way. Or you can just do like I do and just earn your money the old-fashioned way. There are people who figure out glitches, but once those glitches get exposed, they tend to patch it. But yeah, man.
They're pretty good at patching.
Oh yeah. They patch it real quick. So people are always out there looking for ways to cheat the system. I don't think I've ever done anything quote unquote illegal in the game to get money. I have bought a shark card before, though. I think I bought a $20 card before just because they had a promotion where if you bought the card, you actually get double the money. Does that make sense?
So you got $40.
Yeah, I got like $40 worth for spending 20, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do that. Especially because everything that they've given me up to this point is free. Off of the shark cards alone, I think they've made over $1 billion.
I guess. I mean, that's what all the MMOs do that.
But that's how you do it, though. And
they
that's
make money off of the the mounts and the outfits and stuff like that.
What that's ESO, but yeah, no, I know.
Well, no, WoW too. I'm saying that's the extra money they're getting from it,
Oh,
obviously.
really? WoW? I thought WoW, you can just get your mounts.
You can get your mount, but you can buy mounts that you can't get in the game.
That's bullshit. If I'm paying them for a monthly service, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
But it's not that you can get mounts. You can get
No. If I'm paying a monthly service, I should be able to get any mount in the game if I'm paying for a monthly service. If I'm not paying for a monthly service, then yes, that should be a facet. It's got to be one or the other. You can't double dip like that.
People still
That's
buy
bullshit.
it.
Oh yeah,
you don't have to buy it, Frank. It's.
Oh, but
you're getting the same experience. It's cosmetics.
If it's something that I want, then yes.
Then you you're.
Do you get what I'm saying? If it's something that I want, like that goes with anything. If it's something that I want in Grand Theft Auto, I play to earn it. Or if it's so far out of the stratosphere, I would pay money to get it, or I'll earn it. One or the other.
But I think the monthly subscription for those type of games is different than from Grand Theft Auto. I'm sorry, but WoW is at least 3 times bigger than what.
That doesn't matter, though.
Red Dead. I mean, what?
But because of my monthly subscription, you should have it where I can, even if it takes me fucking 10 days to get it through skinning a million.
Maybe
boars.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
that's some bullshit. Now, like I said, I get it for ESO because ESO is free. ESO is free, so I understand why you would have to pay money for certain mounts. That makes sense. I get that.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get it for World of Warcraft where I have to pay a monthly fee.
Plus, you have little followers and stuff like that. That's also
like I get it if I can buy it and I can still earn it. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
I
like,
mean, I don't know. Like I said, maybe if you make enough gold, and maybe you just buy something to get it before it's out. But I mean, for what I played, the little that I played, those specific mounts were not available in the game. You would have to pay for them.
Speaking of, I'm gonna chime in, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. Listening to the podcast last week, you do know Skyrim is, I think it's free in ESO. Skyrim is in the game.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Skyrim is in the game.
It's not.
It is.
Bro, I finished the game.
Skyrim's in it.
Skyrim is not in it. You go in one flashback to Skyrim, and it's like
there's
a
DLC.
cave.
There's a Skyrim DLC. I remember.
Bro, there's Somerset, and then there's Morrowind, which was one of the original first ESOs.
But there's also like the Dark Brotherhood DLC. It's one of those DLCs.
Yeah, but you don't go to Skyrim. You deal with the Dark Brotherhood in Tamriel, which is the world.
No, Tamriel is the world. I know that.
Yeah, but you don't go to Skyrim. There is no Skyrim DLC.
I'm telling you, there is.
Jesus Christ, you don't think I looked? I looked. There is no Skyrim. If there was Skyrim, I would have gone there already. No Skyrim, Frank. Look it up if you want to. Let's proceed. What other news do you got?
Well, no, you were going to talk about Google Console.
The little company of Google is thinking of getting into the console world. And apparently they had secret meetings in E3, and they've been talking to game developers and stuff like that. And rumors are that they're going to start buying out developers. So it looks like they're serious about this. And if Google gets into the market, I think that I don't think it'll affect PlayStation and Nintendo as much. But if Google gets in there, they're gonna give Microsoft a hell of a hard time. The only problem is that I want to say the first 3 years they're gonna lose money because you gotta somehow convince these people, these gamers that are loyal to these consoles to go to the Google one. It's not gonna be easy. Are you there?
No, I'm here. I'm listening.
I don't. I think they're gonna take a loss like Xbox did.
Oh yeah, well,
when it first came out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see why. I can see why because there's everybody wants a piece of that pie, but I don't know why. Like I really feel.
Why did Sony go into the system? And they didn't have to.
Well, no. Well, Sony went into the system because they developed the Super Nintendo CD.
Okay, they still didn't have to. They could have just.
Well, they developed it, and they had. Dude, when they developed that system, they had something really good, and when Nintendo's like, well, we're gonna drop the N64, we're gonna stick with cartridge. They saw an opportunity that that wasn't around. I mean, think about how long it took. And
you don't think Google's planning something that hasn't been around? Bro, they're like the leading innovating company.
That's.
I think it's more innovating than Microsoft.
Oh yeah.
So if they're cutting in there, let me tell you, it's going to be something we've never seen. And I would tell you right now that if Apple did a game console, I would tell you the exact same thing. It'll be something that is not around. And you bet, I mean, I'm willing to put money. We're going to see something that that is going to give Sony and Microsoft a run for its money. I'm telling you. They're serious about it. They were in E3, and they're thinking of buying game developers and stuff like that.
It's a multi-billion-dollar company.
Microsoft is worth more than Google.
Yeah, but that's just age. That's like, I mean.
But yeah, exactly, and I know what you mean. But when it comes to engineering and coming up with something,
I just personally, I just really feel that. And it's in all honesty, it's been proven through psychology that the more choices you have, the less likely you are to like your product. Because the thing is once you start giving more and more choices, you start doubting your choice because
which is probably what happened when. Well, no, it's always been 3 systems, right? It's always been 3 systems.
No, I would say at one time there was like 6 systems, even though nobody had them.
Yes.
There was Sega, there was Super Nintendo, there was 3DO, there was Jaguar.
And
that's 4.
What's the one with the Samurai Showdown?
Neo Geo.
The Neo Geo. That was like $600 in the 90s.
Oh my God, that thing was
$600 in the 90s. What is that? Yeah. Like $1,800 now?
I don't even know. It was ridiculous.
I don't even know how they sold anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I understand what you're saying because that's probably what happens with phones now. That there's too many phones, and when you purchase something, you start doubting.
And I hate to sound like the asshole, but it's probably the reason why the iPhone it just continues to dominate. It's just you kind of already know what you're getting, so the consumer feels better about their purchase.
But still, when you get an iPhone, you can still have your doubts if you want to get a Google phone.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Have you seen the commercial with the woman, and it's for the Google S7 or some shit like that? Or S9.
No, what with the woman? There's a lot of ones with women.
Well. Typically, you commercials tend to be very gender specific. So it's this woman who has an iPhone, right? And it's breaking down.
Yeah.
And it's like running really slow, right?
Yeah.
And she's sitting there and she's looking at all these people around her with Androids, right? And like everybody's phone is working, but her phone's not working. And then she goes to the Apple store to try to get her phone to like work better. And the guy's like, well, you need to upgrade. And so she upgrades to an Android and she's like, I finally upgraded. Her phone was the iPhone 6. That phone's 5 years old, man.
All right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Apple's been known to slow down your phone,
right?
If you don't have their new system.
It's also a 5-year-old fucking phone.
It doesn't matter. You got 5-year-old phones for Android that are still being updated by Google or by Android or by Samsung. Okay. It is. I'm sorry, but I mean, I know people who still have the Samsung Galaxy 7, which is
how old is that phone?
It's like 4 years old.
Okay, that's a 6S Plus. That's a 6S. 6X. The 6S is
Bro,
fine.
I know people who buy Android phones from what do you call that shitty company? What is it?
Metro?
Yeah. Metro piece of shit. And they get cheap phones. Cheap old phones for free and they still run good. Google doesn't go out of their way to make your phone slow, so you have to buy a new one, which is what Apple does.
Yes,
they do it on purpose.
Yeah. No, I already said no. I'm hence the reason why I upgraded my phone.
Yeah, but I mean that's what the commercial's about. They're fucking the customer by forcing them to buy a new phone. If you have a perfectly good phone, why should Apple make you upgrade?
Why should you upgrade a computer when your computer's perfectly fine?
If it's running fine, you don't need to upgrade it.
Okay, so right, if it's running fine.
But if I have a PC and PC deliberately slows down my computer.
Well, it does though, because let me tell you, I work for the Miami-Dade Public Schools, and my computer used to run off of Windows XP.
Okay,
it was fine. Now it runs off Windows 10, and it's slow as hell.
But
that's a new operating system.
But I understand what you're saying, but you don't have to upgrade the new operating system. There's old Android phones that are still running, or not Oreo. Trying to think,
right? Well,
Gingerbread, which is one of the original ones, and they're running fine.
Right. You don't have to upgrade I'm saying you don't have to upgrade your software to run your iPhone.
No, they deliberately slow down your apps if you don't upgrade.
Oh no!
They do.
They slow down the phone when.
Bro, they upgrade your what is it called? Your security. They put in a patch when you upgrade your phone, and then they make it slow. You don't have, and they fuck with your phone. They do. They go out of your way to screw you and slow you down. They do. You're not getting the new whatever upgrade of iPhone, but they put little patches in there that slows down your phone, and they've already found out that they do it. Haven't they been getting sued for that?
Yeah, but that's already done.
Yeah, so I don't know where are they now at 9 point something? So, whatever their system is called. iOS 9.0 or is it 10?
iOS is at 11 something.
iOS 11. So if your phone is iPhone 6 and it can't get iOS 11, they put little patches. They call them patches, and then they slow down your phone. And that's what's wrong with it.
11.4 is their newest one.
Just it. For fuck's sake, even the Fire, the Amazon Fire probably runs a 4-year-old Android operation system. I think they run like Gingerbread or some fucking old ass operating system. And have you heard people complain about Fire?
What's Fire?
The Fire tablets?
I know no one who has a Fire tablet.
There's people who have Fire tablets because they're cheap.
I know no one who has a.
You don't know one, but they sell, and they sell a lot because they're cheap. They're $99.
I know no one who has one of those.
Well, you need to get poorer friends.
Apparently,
because there are some people who can't afford. There's some people who can't afford. I don't have one, but there's people who can't afford $500.
Oh no, I know that. No, But that's also why that's also why Apple has payment plans as well.
I mean, you go to you're gonna dig yourself in a hole to get a fucking iPad. This is ridiculous. When you can go to BrandSmart to buy a perfectly new tablet, maybe not as crisp, and you're just using it for looking at the internet and maybe get a couple of games.
No, dude, people live up. I mean, let me tell you, man.
There are some people who
dude. Let me tell you. If you haven't gotten your daughter a good tablet yet, you need to get on that because she's going to be required, and she's going to bring home this dinosaur ass thing that the school gave her.
And I understand what you're saying, but if it's recreational, you don't need to get a fucking $900 iPad. You don't. You can live perfectly fine without a $900 iPad. And a Surface is $1,200. That's ridiculous. $1,200 for a tablet is ridiculous.
The Surface?
Yeah, the Surface, Windows Surface.
Well, no, that thing's like a computer, though, ain't it?
It's still a tablet.
No, but it's a computer.
It's I understand. It's a computer, but it's still a tablet. It's not a PC. It's a tablet. The whole system runs like a tablet, like you're holding it in your hand. It has the power of a PC.
No, but you can attach things to it. I know what you're talking about.
Frank, you can.
But it has US. No, it's not, because a tablet. The difference between a tablet and a PC, you can't put like a USB stick and run things, because my girlfriend's mom has a tablet like that, right? Has the Surface, right?
Okay.
Dude, I put Steam on it, and I was playing StarCraft.
Okay, but
you can't do.
Why would you? Okay, so walk me through this. $1,200 gets you a perfectly good laptop with powers to run it, and the Surface costs $1,200.
Because we're moving towards that kind of.
But it's the same price.
But we're getting away from the overall tablet, like the laptop as a whole. It's.
But at the end of the day, you're buying the Surface because you can use it as a tablet. Forget about that. You can connect a mouse or something else to it, a keyboard, and all that other junk to it. You're purchasing it because you want to use it as a tablet. Yes, right. It's an upper benefit. But the fact that you're paying $1,200 when all you want is the tablet experience.
Well, no, because once again, the concept for it is for. It's not meant for just to be a tablet. It's meant for people who need to take it on the go. In all honesty, it's to compete with what is that really big iPad called?
I don't know what it's called, but the Surface was way before that iPad came out.
But that's because let me tell you, dude, that's really big iPad.
It's the iPad Pro, yes.
The iPad Pro, dude, that thing is taking over. That thing's selling more than MacBooks are.
But at the end of the day, if you're a businessman and you're ending up buying that, it's because you want to use the benefits of using it as a tablet.
Listen,
you can use it on the go.
I understand what you're saying, but the problem is you're not seeing. You're seeing it because you don't utilize the technology like you should. Does that make sense? You're not seeing. It's kind of like Photoshop. You can't master Photoshop because what you use Photoshop for versus what somebody else uses Photoshop for are two different things, and Photoshop covers all of them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Where one person will use Photoshop for animation, another person will use it for actual photography, but they're two different things. Does that make sense?
Yes. But if I had to buy Photoshop, if I'm buying Photoshop just for the animation, why would you have to buy the whole Photoshop when I can just buy Adobe Flash, which gives me the animation for less? But do you understand what I'm saying?
Good. It's not as good. You're not getting the quality.
But if you're only using it for a specific thing, then why not buy an iPad Pro for $900?
Well, once again, if you're using, that's the big thing. Not iPad Pros. That once they're slowly phasing out MacBooks because of the iPad Pro.
Well, I mean, but you know what I'm saying. It is ridiculous to buy it for $1,200 if you're not going to use the other little keyboard and things like that.
Well, right, but the thing is that's what those people are using. Like I said, when I went to Boston, dude, let me tell you, first and foremost, Apple runs Boston. Apple runs that city. I've never seen so many tablets and Apple laptops in my life.
Everybody, Apple iPad is everywhere. Everybody uses Apple iPad.
No. But you have to realize it's MIT, it's Harvard, it's Boston College, it's all those elite Ivy League schools and whatnot in one area.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not new. Everybody in FAU uses them.
No, not like that, dude. Like I've never seen that animal. It's one thing. It's one thing to be on campus. Like I'm talking out in the city.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Does that make sense now?
Yeah, there are people using iPads. I've seen it in Sawgrass Mall.
No. They're not sitting there watching Netflix. They're sitting there using it for school.
Okay, I understand. You went there and you haven't seen it, but have you been to a big school? And have you been to Florida University?
University of Florida, yeah. I've been to Gainesville several times.
Several times in the last 2 years. I mean, I'm sure it's like that in every college. No, this is nothing new. How do you know?
Well, like I said, I've never seen it. It's one. College towns are one thing, right? College towns are tend to be small, right? And there are areas where people do their work. Boston is a city. And the way the city operates and what people are doing was something I've never seen. I mean, I don't know. You don't go, but you.
And you sure there were all iPads. Like you looked and you could basically see everybody's tablets.
Because everybody has so when I went to Boston, it was in the middle of winter, right?
Okay.
It was not the middle, it was the start of winter. It was November, right? So I would go into Starbucks quite often because it's fucking cold. And the way their Starbucks are set up way different than ours. Their Starbucks are basically two benches that literally run wall to wall with outlets built into the benches. And when you look, because if I don't know if you know this, but when you open up an iBook or something, you see the glowing apple.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah, well, I mean...
That's all you see.
iPads don't have the glowing apple.
Right, but that's all you see is glowing apples and little shiny apples all up and down. And I'm sitting, like, it was weird to see. Because I'm standing there, like, if you were at a Starbucks here in Miami, everyone's sitting at a little table or a circle, like the circle tables that they have at Starbucks, and you don't notice it because everybody's so spaced out. When everybody's bunched together and you just look down the line, you're like, what the fuck is going on? It was crazy to see, man. And the thing is we were staying in the Harvard district where Harvard is, and then we'd go to downtown, and it was the same. It was creepy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it was
sure
obviously
New York is like that.
It was obviously something I noticed. Well, New York is different because New York is more on the go. I don't think New York has the space for that. Last time I went to New York, like everything in New York is very tightly crammed, so you don't have the space to kind of hang out like that in the open. Yeah. I could be wrong about that, but last time I was in Manhattan, dude, like to get a slice of pizza, I was in a hallway. Like go in your bathroom hallway, that's what it was like to get a slice of pizza. Like a lot of places, they don't even open up. It's a window.
All right, I think we talked too much about Apple. It's already an hour. We didn't even get to games we played. I don't think we have time for that.
I'll talk about a game I played.
All right, name your game that you played.
Resident Evil VII.
A year and a half later.
I beat it.
Did you play the demos, the DLC?
I started to and I stopped.
Did you play with the...
I was playing Chris. I was playing the Chris one.
Oh, you haven't done the Uncle one. That's the one I told you to play.
Yeah. Dude, let me tell you. I have a lot of gripes with that game. It was beautiful and it was fun. But let me tell you, that game is semi-broken because they want you to live in a constant, persistent state of fear.
Yeah.
At one stage in the game, I had like 6 shotgun shells and like 30 rounds of handgun, and 2 of the monsters, whatever the hell they are, the bile that the little girl throws up, took up almost all my ammo. Like, they become bullet sponges, so you have to waste the ammo to make you feel like you're scared.
Isn't that every Resident Evil?
I don't remember them being like that.
Yeah,
though.
I think they're all like that.
That's some bullshit. I was smart with my ammo. I did headshots. I wait for them to come in close with the shotgun, and then I shoot them with the shotgun, and it's not an exploding head. They go like rolling on the floor. I'm like, what's going on? Or I'll have like 4 health packs, and they'll hit me once, and I'm at critical. I'm like, what the shit is going on?
You're not Chris.
No. But the thing is when I only have 1 health pack, I can take more damage.
I mean, I guess. But it's not broken.
I don't like that at all. That pissed me off. Like, the amount of times I restarted levels because they just bullet sponged out of nowhere.
Is this in the part where you're in the boat, in the ship?
No. Well, I noticed that there. No, I'm talking before I was even in the ship. Like when I was in the saw room of Lucas.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they were just straight bullet sponges. Like, they were taking all my ammo. I'm like, what the hell? It was, and then from there, dude, I love Resident Evil. Their bosses are so lame.
Yeah.
I feel like they paint themselves in a corner when they create a boss, because I can't ever recall a boss that was just fun.
So you didn't like it when you fought the father for the first time in the car, and he jumped out from the top of the...
Oh no, that was good, but that was...
Or when you fight him in the butcher shop or whatever the hell you're with the cow meat everywhere.
That was fun.
Okay, what about when the mom turns into the giant bee or whatever it is, or spider?
No, that was stupid.
And she grabs you as you're going... Didn't she come up from a vent or something?
That one wasn't that bad. But then everything after that was just like...
I can't remember any of the other bosses.
They all have like really big eyes that you got to shoot or stuff like that.
Wow, I don't remember. But I mean, that's every Resident Evil. Every bad guy in Resident Evil in every single game has always been like that. What are you looking for? It's a Resident Evil game.
I don't know. I just playing games like...
It's like you telling me that there's something different on a boss on whatever, Metal Gear.
No, Metal Gear's bosses are copies of the other
ones, yes.
Yeah, no, but he's mentioned that because there's only so much originality that can be placed on an enemy.
There you go. So apply it to Resident Evil. Use your sensei's words and apply it to Resident Evil.
But the thing about Metal Gear is that war is cyclical. There's a deeper meaning behind that.
There's no deeper meaning of him reusing the bad guys.
Yeah, there is.
He just said there's no originality.
No, there can only be so much. Like they become sick. Like, everything is cyclical, and if you don't stop it, it will just continue. The entire idea of the Metal Gear franchise is to end war.
What? Okay, the bad guys of there's so many bad guys that repeat themselves in every franchise.
I get that, but it's just the Resident Evil ones aren't.
The only ones that I could tell you are unique are the ones for like Neo and Bloodborne. Those are unique bad guys.
And those things are brutal.
And then of course I say Devil May Cry also. Those are
dude, I can't remember a boss in Devil May Cry.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Speaking of which, are you excited about that one? That one's coming out soon.
No.
I think.
No.
You're not excited for a new Devil May Cry?
No. I mean, I would have liked more the DMC. but I guess I have to take this because I thought Devil May Cry 4 was terrible. So now I'm getting a part 5 of a character that I hated. I hated that kid. I hated him. Not Dante, the other kid.
No, that is Dante.
No, Dante comes out at the end.
He's a young Dante.
No,
that's the thing.
At the end they showed Dante in the motorcycle.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, in the trailer of Devil May Cry 5, they show. Did you play Devil May Cry 4?
4, no.
You never play 4? The guy with the Dante had like a weird glove that he could lure people in.
I know which one you're talking about, but I didn't play it.
Okay. So it's going to be tough to play 5 if you never played 4 because 4 explains that that's not Dante. That's a clone of Dante. Because Dante's in the game. And you get to play Dante and that kid that has the glove. At the end of the game, they cut his glove off. They cut it out because it's a demon glove. Or a demon arm or whatever the hell you want to call it. They cut it off. So he's like has one arm. In the trailer of Devil May Cry 5, you can see that he has a robot hand, I think.
Okay.
That's the kid. At the very end of the trailer, though, they actually show Dante on a motorcycle. That's why I'm not interested. Because it's not... I mean, I feel like that kid was Raiden.
Oh, God.
You take away the cool thing from the franchise and then you give me Dante maybe 2 times. But DMC was done by Ninja Theory, right?
Yeah. And then
Microsoft bought them.
Right.
So I guess they can't do a part 2 to that.
No. Well, I mean, though.
But I like DMC. I liked it a lot.
I just hated the character. He was
a young Dante.
He annoyed me.
Every young kid is going to annoy you.
Yeah, that's true.
We were annoying at one point.
I was never annoying.
Did you play anything? Yeah, I'm sure you did. You were.
Did I play anything else? Yeah, but I can't get into it because we don't have the time.
Jesus, man. We talked a lot, though. Okay, well, it was good to have you back, Frank. So
it was good to be back.
So we're going to do this now next week again.
We'll figure it out. Just let me know when you can record.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right. Hold on. I got to say bye to the audience.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. It was good to have Frank back. Thank you for the positive feedback on Dylan. I know some people liked him. If you need to get a hold of us, you can email us at evilmetalgamers@gmail.com. If you want to find us at Twitter, we have also on Discord, we're on Twitch, we are on Facebook, just look up Evil Metal Gamers Podcast and I'm sure you'll find us in any of the social media aspects. What?
I just saw what happens to Hammond when he dies.
How? There's a video?
Yeah, there's a video. Dylan just sent us the link. It explodes and it tosses the tiny hamster out. Okay. This carcass is flopping around.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much and take care.
Love, peace, and happiness.